The output parameter is the parameter that holds the output of the method. It is also passed by reference. When we use it, we will use output parameter if we want to return multiple values from a single method. How to use it? We will use keyword out in the method declaration and method invocation. For example, we have the method calculate perimeter and area of a rectangle. This method receives two parameters, length and width of a rectangle, and calculate the perimeter and area of the rectangle. In this example, we want to take the values of the area and perimeter that are computed inside the method. So we cannot use return statement because the return statement will only return one value only. So the solution here is to use the output parameters by using the keyword out before the data type of the parameters that you want to make them output parameter. So if you look at this method declaration, you can understand that this method will have two inputs and two output, two input length and width and two output area and perimeter. In the main method, we call the method calculate perimeter and area. Because this method has 4 parameters, therefore we need to declare 4 variables to use the method. So length and width are the variables that play the role of arguments corresponding to two input parameter of the method, and area and perimeter are two variables that play the role of two arguments corresponding to two output parameter of the method. Because length and width are the input parameter, therefore we need to initialize the value for it. The value for them, for example, in here we initialize the value of length equal 5 and width equal 4, or we can prompt user to input the value as well. But because area and perimeter are the output parameters, therefore we don't need to initialize or input the value for area and perimeter, because they just receive these variables will receive the value from the method. So we don't need to initialize or input the value for them. So let's see here, the value of length equal 5 and width equal 4 will be passed into the method, and it will use, this method will use this value of 5 and 4 to calculate the area and the perimeter, which is the area will be 20 and the perimeter will be 18. And this value of 20 is stored in the output parameter area, which is and the value of 18 will be stored in the output parameter perimeter, and these parameter will be kept to outside of the method. So when you call, after you call in the method and will display the value of area and perimeter, you will see what this is the result you see on the console. We run this example in Visual Studio and see. So if we run this example, you will see this is the result. Okay, so one more thing that I want to take note with you here is that the name of the variable in this program, you see that the name area and perimeter is similar to the name that you have used in the method declaration. But actually the name here you can use whatever the name. For example, I use area rectangle, perimeter rectangle, and this variable will be used to pass in the method calling. So just like that, and it should be okay. Okay, so we don't need to use the same name like that. So if you run this, you will have the same result.